Yeah. Reskeller. Canes Command. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, down at the U, that's the home of the real. 72 to now, that's a legacy seal. Max and Mike on the mic, we don't play about ball. Every Saturday grinding, we see it all. Canes Command Center, we run the intel. Rosters, recruits, boy, we know them so well. Green and orange, that's the colors we bleed. Rascaller Report, that's the only thing you need. Rascaller Report, yeah. We break it down for real talk. Canes Command, that's the deal. Down at the U, how we feel. Rascaller Report, let it ride. Max and Mike. Rascaller Report. Canes up.
That wasn't too bad, Mike.
Nah, man, you know that Jay-Z meme where he's like,
that
was me.
Absolutely.
That was me.
Well, welcome everybody. Glad to be back. We are back again after a long hiatus. New show, the Rascaller Report with my guy Mike. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I am so glad that there's been football on my TV the past few weeks. It's crazy how this was the shortest offseason that we've had, because obviously we played the last game of the season. But it has been the longest offseason for me ever as a fan. It really has, man. It's just been torturous. The World Cup didn't help. NBA Summer League didn't help. It was just, I was in a drought. I'm not big of a baseball guy, but that'll be back. That'll be talking Canes. We're back on Mondays. Season's next week. I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
Absolutely. Well, we'll start off. For those who may not know us, obviously we're doing the show on CanesWearTV. Super excited to be a part of that. So, Mike, why don't you tell everybody who's tuned in already a little bit about yourself, some of the work you've done in the past, and we'll go from there.
How did I even meet you, Max? I have no idea. Known this guy over here for a good couple of years. Huh?
Wrong way. It's the other way.
This way?
There you go.
See, for me, it's this way. This is crazy. But anyway, yeah, man. Used to write for State of the U. Only did like 1 or 2 articles on Sportsil. Athlon Sports. Was there another one? I'm missing one. Producer work over at ESPN West Palm, and here now with Max. So just love the Canes. Love writing. Haven't been doing that for a while. Probably not going to it for a while. I got a couple of things coming up that I really need to focus on. But yeah, man. And then what is my Twitter handle? I always forget it. Oh yeah, that one right there.
Yeah, literally your name.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Max. I have been doing a podcast for quite some time. Started with Canes Insight, then started with Mike for the last 2 years or so. I developed and own Canes Command Center, which we'll be talking about a lot here on the show. And I'm one of the biggest Canes fans you'll probably ever meet. So
yep.
That's what I'm about. So, Mike, one thing that I just want to talk about first is the Rascaller. You guys can see that the name of the show is the Rascaller Report. Mike, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about the Rat, what it is, what it means, and just a little bit more about the Rat.
So it sits right on the shores. That sounds so poetic, but whatever. Right alongside lakefront Lake Osceola for anybody that's been on campus, So any old school, when I say old school, I mean like anybody that visited the campus or an older student, an older alum that's, that was around when the older Rat was around. This is a newer building. This the current Rascaller, aka Rat, is attached to the Shalala Center. Okay, the Shalala Center sits where the old Rat used to be, and I don't have any experiences there, but I've heard that there are stories upon stories upon stories, of students that used to go there. It's a sports bar. It's what it is. They got some good food. They do serve beer at that location. That's it. That's the only alcoholic beverage you can get on campus, and it's a staple. And the only times I really ever watched games there were when we broke the streak in up in Tally 2017. That was an awesome game. And then the very next year, when we actually 2019, I watched the game of there. 2019 when we played FSU. So good times, good vibes, and no, you don't have to go there and visit the rat if you're not a student. You can go if you're not a student and catch a game. So yeah.
Yeah, not last year, the season before Cam Ward's year, I went there, and it was a fun time. It was definitely a fun time.
Yeah,
Stopped
very
over
modern, very cool. 2 floors.
Yeah, absolutely. So with obviously us doing our show on the CanesWear TV network, for those who are familiar with my website, CanesCommandCenter.com, we are entering a partnership with CanesWear. So if you haven't already, please download the CanesWear app. You can buy all of the gear that CanesWear sells on their app. Really trying to push the app now. It's going to be their main focal point. And you can actually access Canes Command Center directly from the app. So you open up the app, there's going to be a tab that just says Command Center. You click on that, it brings you straight to the website. So you'll be able to use it there. We're going to be kind of showing different pieces from it each week on the show. And there's a ton of stuff. So if you're a huge Canes fan and you want as much Canes information as you can handle, definitely check out the Canes Command Center on the CanesWear app. And get started on there, man. It's been a huge passion project that I've been working on the last couple of months. So I'm glad to announce CanesWear as my first partner. With that being said, one of the main focal points of the website is pick'ems. Everybody's obsessed with betting. Everyone's obsessed with picking who's going to win. So I thought it would be a fun idea to add a pick'ems challenge onto the website. So you can sign up. If you go on the CanesWear app, you're going to have to go through one option because on the integrated app, it's a little bit different. So once you open the CanesWear app, go to the Command Center, and you're there. You're just going to want to make sure that you click See Full Site Features. It's kind of like a preview on the app. If you click See Full Site Features, you can go ahead and sign up, and that way all of your picks track. So we are going to be doing a season-long game, I guess is what we'll call it. Season-long game for pick'ems. There are prizes. I'm going to show the prizes here on the screen. So for the pick'ems challenge, again, it's year-long. All you've got to do is create an account. You can do it on CanesCommandCenter.com. You can do it on the CanesWear app. And these are going to be automatically tracked. Whoever gets first place gets a $100 CanesWear gift card. Second place, $50 CanesWear gift card. And third place gets a $25 CanesWear gift card. So make sure you guys sign up. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the website as well. But again, this is going to be an annual thing. Prizes will probably get bigger as times go. But this is something that Mike and I have been doing for quite some time, just the two of us doing our pick'ems on the show. And so we wanted to bring this to a website that the fans can use and get in on the pick'ems as well. So it's not just the two of us. So went ahead and integrated that. So if I go ahead and switch over to this mic, you guys should be able to see a little sneak peek of the website, which is out. So you don't need to just see a sneak peek. But if I click over here, you are going to see, I'm zoomed in, it doesn't look as normal. You're going to see a little pick'ems thing here. You click on that, and then it's going to show each week's pick'em. So obviously, I'm not doing week 0 because this is the first show. Not a lot of time for people to get signed up. So we're starting with week 1. You can see the picks are all here. All you've got to do is just click on either team who you think is going to win the game. It gets automatically tracked. From there, you can click on the leaderboard. You can see the season standings here. And then if you scroll down, you can see this week's standings. So you can see if you won the week, what place you're at. You can see a bunch of people have already signed up before this. But we're going to go off of, obviously, the season standings. So everybody join the pick'ems. It's going to be a ton of fun. And it's free, completely free. And you can win up to a $100 CanesWear gift card if you join in.
Gotta say real quick, Max, like shout out to you, man. He thought of this and he just went at it in about a week, literally a week's time, 2 weeks. He has something up, and he's just been plugging away and plugging away and plugging away and adding features and adding ideas. And it's just like the ultimate website. Like if you guys go to it, you can update your own depth chart as to what you think it is, regardless of what anybody says. You can play around with it. Accurate rosters, stats, all for free. You know what I mean? Transfer portal information, recruiting information. Like Max went all in. So give him his props for this. He, as they say, he put his foot in it. And I just want to acknowledge that because it's a kick-ass site, dude. And you put your time into it. So hats off.
Well, I appreciate it. So the first feature that we are going to be going over is that everybody's obsessed with who they think is going to start and who they think is going to be the backup and who's sitting on the bench. It's been a thing that fans talk about all offseason.
Yep.
They even talk about it during the season. So the first thing that I had to build was a way not only to have the depth chart listed on the website, but the ability for people to build their own depth chart and share it with people. So we're going to start with that here today. We're actually going to go through our own depth charts. We're going to compare mine and Mike's. We're going to kind of discuss that position group one at a time. Obviously fall camp is gone. Season is coming up here. Everybody's just getting ready, prepping for Stanford. So at the quarterback position, Mike, obviously we've got Darian Mensah. I don't think we need to really debate that at the starting quarterback. But for the backup position, who do you think has the notch here?
So I got to put bias aside and everything like that, and obviously put the best quarterback. I feel like Coleman has a higher ceiling. Like height doesn't really bug me. If you can play football, you can play football. And it goes for any position, right? The height doesn't bug me. The fact that just how the ball just flies off of Coleman's, hand, wrist, whatever you want to say. It's amazing. Like the first time I saw his highlights in high school, I was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!" But just hearing like what's been kind of happening, past few weeks in camp, whatever, Luke may have a leg up, right? He had a couple moments in that last scrimmage. What was it, last week? I think it was. Looked like he made a step. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him as number 2. And the experience. I mean, it's his second year in the system, so that can't hurt.
Absolutely. I also want to preface that we do have the ability to add the one thing us fans hate, and that is the or. So if you want to add the or, we can put Darian Coleman and click the or button, and you can see that they're both serving as the backup. We don't know who it's going to be. So just so you know, Mike, if you don't know for certain who you think is going to be the starter or the backup, we can add the ors. Obviously, for quarterback, we're going with Mensah and Luke Nickel. Moving on to running back, kind of a similar situation. I think we both agree that Mark Fletcher is going to be the bell cow of this team, just like he's always been. At that second spot, who do you have?
I got Marty. And I know it's, some people might think, have a change of pace back up there, Pringle. But I look at the type of running backs that this staff likes, you know what I mean? And just ball security. He's the closer. He was the guy that was on the field on that last drive for the last game of last season. I'm going Marty. Okay.
So in a normal world, I see Marty as the guy that's going to be the backup for each guy. He's not going to come in and let's just say Mark Fletcher gets a drive. That next drive is going to be Marty. It's more for me, if Mark Fletcher has a drive and he needs a spell for a couple of plays, that's when you're going to see Marty.
Okay.
I would like to put Jordan Lyle here. However, first game of the season, Jordan Lyle, not sure if he's going to be available. I'm not reporting anything. I have no idea. But if I'm looking at the Stanford game only, then I would put our guy there he is, Gerard Pringle, at the backup.
Okay.
I'm going to put an or here just so people can see it here. And Marty, again, is going to be that kind of backup for both of them. If Fletcher needs a break, it's Marty. If Pringle needs a break, it's Marty. If Lyle needs a break, it's Marty. That's kind of how I see him getting into the mix here.
Okay.
All right. So moving along to receivers and tight ends. We got the X receiver
Man.
This is probably the biggest position battle on the team right now between Dalen Upshaw and Josh Moore. If you had to pick today, who do you have starting? Or are you leaving it as an or?
No, I don't want to leave it as an or. I don't want to get into recency biased, because there have been a lot of good things said about Moore from, anybody that has been lucky enough to, witness practices or whatever. But again, I'm an experienced guy. I like experience. I like that. He's been here, he's done that, and he should be the one taking that position because of said experience. And let's be real, he didn't have a terrible freshman year, played in the playoffs. So he knows he's being counted on. He knows he needs to step it up. I'm going to go Josh Moore.
Okay. You're going Josh Moore. See, this is where it gets crazy because there's a ton of names at receiver. For me, I'm going to go with an or because I have Dalen Upshaw actually winning that spot right now. Okay. I think the main reason for me is his versatility. The fact that he can play all three positions, I think, is extremely valuable. You can move Tony around. You can move Barcade around. So if you've got three guys that can play multiple positions, and I think he brings just a little bit of an extra gear that we need on this offense. So for me, I've got Dalen Upshaw and I've got Josh Moore as the backup. I'm assuming you have Dalen Upshaw as the backup. So we've covered our bases here. Moving on to the Z receiver. Do you have Barcade as a starter?
Yes, sir.
All right. And again, with these positions, obviously, if we have Upshaw and Moore at the X and Barcade at the Z, if you think the backup would be one of those two, you can slide him in here. It doesn't need to be a new player. So for that Z backup, who would you select here?
I'm going Upshaw there as well. That's how I'm going Upshaw there. And then long story short, Upshaw.
Yeah. I agree with you. I've got Upshaw here as well. Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the slot, there's no debate. Malachi Tony is the starter. Now, this is another place in which we could put Upshaw at the backup slot. But how do you feel about this one, Mike?
I don't want to keep doing that. I'm going to go Dre Jacobs.
Okay, Dre Jacobs is the backup slot. There he is. All right, we got Dre Jacobs. Yeah, I mean, I think here's the thing: the four guys is Moore, Upshaw, Barcade, and Malley. Those guys are going to play the most. I think that fifth guy is Dre, and then it's probably Samarion Wingo.
Yes,
that's kind of how I feel about the receiver room. If we're going to play six guys, those are six guys that we're going to play. I think we're going to play more than that. But if we were only picking six. Let's say we had backups for each of these without reusing. I think those would be the six.
Wait, you're saying Moore, Upshaw, Barcade, Tony, Jacobs. That's five. Who's your six?
And then Wingo.
Oh, Wingo. Okay.
Yeah. So like if we got rid of Upshaw over here, I would put Wingo right there, and that's what my depth chart would look like if we're picking six.
Okay.
Moving along to tight end. I think it's kind of undisputed that Elijah Lofton is going to win that job, especially with the season-ending injury from our guy at tight end here, Luka Gilbert, which we were both very excited about his sophomore campaign. So that's super unfortunate. So this backup tight end spot, I want to bring up a name, Mike, because we've talked about him quite a bit on this on our podcasts in the past. You've got two freshmen vying for this backup job, but there's a guy that last camp everybody talked about, and then he didn't play like the whole season.
And I wanted to see the Twin Towers package, especially in the red zone. I don't care if you ran behind it or threw to it or threw to them, right? I was dying to see Luka and Owen Ruskovich out there, who's now on scholarship, correct?
Well, at 105, everyone's on scholarship, I think.
Okay,
now, so.
All right. So anyway,
I had to throw his name out there, Mike.
I want to see Big O out there badly, really, really badly. I know I get it, just because you're 6'7" and just because you have the measurables and all that doesn't mean anything. But we haven't seen it, so that's just that much more reason for intrigue, right? But I got it being 1-2. I got it being Lofton, and oh my God.
Mueller or Briggs?
Who's your two? How about that?
Right now, game 1, my backup is Israel Briggs. And the reason for that is because he's been playing football for a while. Mueller just started playing football. He's still getting used to the game. He is a freak athlete. He's huge. He runs fast, but he doesn't have a lot of experience as a blocker or as a pass catcher. He's only been playing football for like 2 years.
Right.
So I think in terms of being ready day one, it's Briggs. In terms of upside and who has the potential to be a star, it's Mueller.
Right.
But we're talking about game 1 here, who we think gets the second most snaps at tight end. I'm going to go with Briggs, but I would not be surprised, Mike, if this was an offensive lineman.
Yeah, if it is an offensive lineman, who you got?
It depends who starts.
Okay. I'm going to go old school. I'm going to keep it tight. I'm going to go Ruskovic for all the reasons that you said about, how, been playing football, whatever, but we know he can block. Well, let me not say we know he can block because we really have not seen it, but if there was problems about him blocking, just like there was problems about certain guys not handling snaps correctly, we probably would have gotten wind of it. So I'm going to go with him, knowing the mental makeup of the coaching staff and the mental makeup of the team and how we want to run and how we want to be physical. And this guy, hopefully his on-field play matches his physique. He's a come off the bus guy. So I'm going to go Ruskovic, second tight end.
Okay. I was waiting for someone to say this when we got to tight ends. You see the comment there, Mike?
Oh, wait. Let me go because I am somewhere else. Which one is it?
I was just waiting for this one.
Yeah, good point.
He can't catch a break. What's going on, E? Not the E that you're thinking of, Mike. Different E. Yep. What's going on, Rock? Everybody tune in to the college football.
Miami 21, Hurricanes 29. Do you think SA too small to play? Oh, I don't. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. I don't, as long as he plays somewhere inside, either guard or center. Yes, to tackle a different story. It could be that swing O lineman, whatever, fullback. I love the way he was used last year, but I don't think he's particularly small to play guard or center. Not me. What about you, Max?
Not at all. I don't think he's too small to play center or guard. He's definitely not big, but I think the technique that he has, he can get it done.
So I saw him on campus the other day, and I mean, I wasn't that close. I was in my car. He was walking in front, pedestrian, crosswalk or whatever. And he's not a small kid. Football-wise on the line, I get why they say that, but he's, coming out, or even still, one of the smarter guys in that recruiting class, but he's also strong as an ox. Yeah. Strong as an ox. He has that leverage. So, I get the concern, but for me, no, I think he'll be fine if he was to be in whatever role, guard or center.
He is maybe 6 foot.
I wouldn't give him that short. No.
He's not 6'3", though.
No, he's definitely not 6'3". I'm 6 foot. I'll give him, I think I'm reaching when I say 6'2", but I'll say about 6'1". He's taller than me. He's definitely taller than me. I'm 6 foot. I'll give him 6'1", maybe 6'2". But he ain't he's not scratching the surface of being 6 foot. No.
Okay. Before we get to the offensive line, Mike, I do have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Being that you're on campus so frequently, who is the most impressive person on the team that you've seen in person?
Like physically?
Yeah.
Keanu Davis.
Really?
Yes. That dude. He does not look. I think he's listed at either 285, 290 in that range. The guy looks like a house. The guy looks like a refrigerator with just. I don't get it. I don't get how Nebraska let that go. But that dude looks like a bouncer at a club on a mission. He looks like a problem. Yes, it's Keanu Davis.
Okay. Yeah, he's listed at 285 on the official.
Yeah, you don't look it, bro. That
Who on offense has been the most impressive to see in person?
I can't think. Offense, like physically intimidating, like holy crap.
Yeah.
You got me there. Nobody that stands out like, oh my God, nothing like that. Like, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to me. I'll probably answer your question later on in the show, but nobody like that yet.
Okay. All right. Moving on to left tackle. This is probably the most anticipated group of the team. No one knows who's starting. Everyone thinks they know, but no one knows for certain. Who do you have starting at left tackle?
Who do you have starting at left tackle?
I got Samson.
You got Sampson. He was a left guard. Oh, him and McCoy were at left guard last year. So technically, they probably could be either can be okay. Why do you have Sampson and not McCoy?
Just from everything that I've seen, he's been running with the ones at left tackle, and he's been much improved over last year. I just think that he's been one of the guys who has been patient enough with the ranking that he had coming into college and not playing really much for the first 1.5-ish years. He was fine being patient and getting developed, and I think he's earned it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I definitely have him starting. I just don't know. I guess it would be, where I was getting to. Like I said, I wanted to know why you said him over McCoy. I agree, both should play tackle, but what was it that made you say him over McCoy at that spot rather than the right side? They both are familiar with the left side, so that's can be said for both. It's the easy part. But in terms of that, I really don't. I guess who's the better pass blocker? That better be the answer to the question, right? But yeah, I'll go with Pancake on the left, protecting the most important player on the team, having the most important spot on that O-line.
Okay. And then for the sake of us not repeating the same names, let's just go through the starters on the offensive line, and then the backups will be new faces, guys that we haven't said. So at left guard, who do you have starting?
God, man. I hate this. I've been struggling this for so long, man. I'm okay with. Quick question. In high school, what side of the line did Congdon play?
Left.
Do you know? He was left tackle? Because I'm not sure. I don't remember. I know these guys cross-train and everything like that, but I'm going to use an or. I'm going to say I'm going to say Cantwell or Congdon in that order. Cantwell or Congdon.
Cantwell or Congdon.
Yeah. I'm struggling with this, man. Like every day I wake up, it's something different. I'm going Congdon or Cantwell there. Yeah. For center, I think we're all in agreement, right?
Yes. Also, I'm just laughing because this man's calling us casuals, but
Who?
Oh, never mind. We both said Samson. Thank you, though. Okay, so you got Cantwell or Congdon at left guard.
I do. And then at right guard, it's the same thing. Well, Congdon or Cantwell, but I mean Buchanan. I don't want to leave him out. Again, I hate being victim to recency bias. I just because somebody has a couple good weeks doesn't mean anything. Well, it does, but you can't forget about the guy that was being talked about in the beginning. Doesn't mean they got passed up. So here it's like, is it Buchanan? Is it or a mix of whoever doesn't start on the other side, right?
So do you think Cantwell and Congdon are the two starting guards?
I don't mind it if they are, even though they are true freshmen, because they got help on each side. Now, two tackles, no. But, I mean, it's not like if Buchanan has any playing experience either.
Yeah. So instead of an or, if you think these two are starting, it doesn't matter which position. I can just put one at one,
Right.
one at the other.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to say Cantwell.
Who do you got?
Well, that's up next. Where's Condon? I need to go in and edit these players to be also guard instead of also tackle. Okay. For me, this is really tough. I actually have SJ starting at left guard, or one of the guard spots.
I don't hate it.
So for me, that's who I have starting at left guard. Could be right guard. Doesn't matter. Center, Ryan Rodriguez. I think we all agree here. Ryan Rodriguez is the starting center. Okay. Right guard, you have Ben Congdon. This is where I have an or with Cantwell. I think one or the other is going to start, and I think it's going to be a very similar situation as Samson and McCoy, where they're both going to play. And I think whoever is the backup, the one who's not starting the game, is also going to get reps with SJ.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to do it on two sides because that can be a lot, switching that many offensive linemen. It may just be one of them, but I don't think that they can keep Congdon and Cantwell off the field.
Right.
But I do think that SJ has really, really turned some heads in camp.
I hope so.
So I don't have them both as full-time starters. I have them getting reps. That's how I feel about it today. Can that change? Absolutely. That's what I'm going with.
That's where I've been. You asked me this 24, 48 hours from now, I might be thinking different. But let me tell you why I have Jackson Cantwell starting on that left side or Condon or whatever is because you remember how in Alabama used to get all these linemen whenever they wanted to get them, however they wanted to get them. But, hey, true freshman, there's a super senior that starts at left tackle. So just go ahead and play left guard, right? And then when he leaves, we'll kick you out. So I think that, when he's developed and whatever, he probably, and for my money, he's going to be the best pass blocker on the team. And that's who you want blocking for Luke Nickel next year. Let's just say, whoever your quarterback is. So that's why I have him on the left. But let me ask you a question about SJ. Where do you like him more, guard or center?
I mean, I think in a perfect world, it's tough. So in a perfect world, you'd probably say center, but then the question is, do you want him lined up directly with a nose tackle because he's small, right? So maybe you feel better off getting him at guard because that matchup still there, but maybe not right there. So it's tough for me. I think it depends how we use him. If we're going to use him a ton as a puller and not just stationary, then I probably would want him at guard. But it just really depends on how the staff envisions using him. And yes, if he is smaller, obviously the website lists him at 6'2", 290. Ryan Rodriguez, if he's only 300 pounds, which is what the roster had him listed at, he's not much bigger. I know Ryan looks big in person from people that I know that have seen him. And I've obviously seen him at games, but not in games, just at the sideline. He doesn't look like a small guy. I definitely think he is bigger than SJ for sure. But, if we're talking about 10 pounds, it's not that big of a difference. So I think it's a toss-up, man. I think the starting offensive lineman, you could throw a dart at the board and be right in multiple directions. There's a world in which one of the freshmen starts at right tackle and they leave McCoy at guard. Who knows? It's hard to say.
The reason why I struggle so much isn't because of the personnel. It's not because of the personnel. It's because I struggle with what kind of identity this offense is going to have. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what I mean by that. You don't get Menza and not use him to throw the ball, right? You don't. But at the same time, it could very well be that you have two of your best 5 offensive linemen are true freshmen. And look, I've never been in an offensive lineman meeting. I've never spoken to an offensive line coach. However, from my limited X's and O's that I do know about football, I think it's safe to say that it's easier for a college true freshman offensive lineman to run block than it is to pass block. You're attacking when you're run blocking, you're retreating when you're pass blocking. That said, if you do have two true freshmen starting, which are behemoths, you're gonna run behind them. And one of them was like the strongest guy in the world last year in freaking as a recruit in the nation, right? And Cognett's not far off. So, if you're starting them, you're probably gonna be running a lot, right? I'm not saying they can't pass block. I'm not saying that. But that's why I struggle with this, because it's like I don't know what we're gonna do more or better at. We're gonna run more, we're gonna pass more. It's gonna be 60-40, 55-45. It's like all these things. It's basically a good problem to have, is what I'm saying. But and the other part is that you were talking about SJ size, and I get it. How big was Brockermeyer last year? Wasn't he similar? He was like 6'2". He was under 300. He was listed.
Yeah, he's not that big either.
Yeah. So, and he did it. Hey, look, his best game last year was against, the vaunted, D line, and he did a number on McDonald.
Yeah. He's listed at 6'3", 298.
And he played well against McDonald. McDonald's supposed to take his lunch, and he didn't. So
he took someone's lunch in that preseason game this week. I don't remember who it was, but he annihilated some dude in the NFL. Who's he with? He is with the Texans, I think.
The Texans, okay.
Yeah, he it was bad. It was pretty similar to the Ruben Bain clip, but not the same type of move or anything like that. When Ruben Bain tossed a 325-pounder like he was 15 pounds, which, by the way, was one of the tackles in the national championship game against us, who Indiana benched during that game. So Ruben had played against him and terrorized him in that game. Remember me? Yeah. So that was funny. But yeah, I mean, I think we've both got McCoy at right tackle.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to the backups. Again, we're not going to use any names that are on the list here. So left tackle, who do you have as the backup left tackle that's not on this list?
It's not. Oh, let me go because I'm on a different screen here. Left tackle that's not on that list.
It is definitely someone on this list that would be the backup left tackle. But if we're just not reusing names, it's going to be someone else.
Show me a drop down.
These are the tackles. You can obviously add any guard in there too.
Show me the drop down.
You should see it. Oh, it's not.
I can't see it.
It's not showing you?
No.
For some reason,
arrow,
I clicked it. I did. It's not showing it on the screen.
It's showing it on my screen. I'll go to mine. I've been hearing about Wilkerson. I guess I'll go there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one because, again, like it's going to be a guy that's starting somewhere else or the sixth guy, right? They're going to move. They're going to move guys around,
right?
So yeah, for me, I'm just going to go Wilkerson as well. Obviously, it's not going to be him. Backup at left guard, you have SJ if Cantwell's starting.
Yeah, that's my or.
Okay.
That was my or, yeah.
So I'm going to use that as well. I'll use Cantwell if he's not the starter, co-starter, whatever. Who do you have as the backup center?
SJ.
Okay. Well, if we're already using SJ, he's not the
already using him. Shoot. Woodrow.
Okay. I've got so you've got Woodrow. Let me find him. There he is. I'm going to go with Buchanan. I think they're going to get him ready to go. Another thing, got pictures of everybody on here. We'll go over that later. But yeah, I've got Buchanan as the backup center. I think they're going to get him ready to go at center if something happens with Rodriguez, if he's not performing well, if he gets banged up. I think they want to get Buchanan ready. Backup right guard, who do you have?
Merriweather played what at Georgia last year? I mean, he didn't play much, but
yeah, he's probably a guard.
Yeah. I'll go guard. He was a guard? I thought he was a tackle.
He was listed as a tackle, but I think the games he did get into, he was at guard.
At guard?
Yeah.
I'll put him at guard.
Cool. I also have him there, and then who do you have as the backup or right tackle?
Good question. Somebody that we have not listed. Jesus. Let me go to mine over here. And let me go with backup. It's going to be, do I want to go Irvin or Minaya? Do I want to shake something up? I'm going to go Joel Irvin.
All right, I'm also going to go Joel Irvin, another freshman. We got a 6'6", a 6'8", and a 6'8" offensive line freshman. And then if you consider the JUCO guy that we got, he's 6'9". So
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy. All right, so switching over to the defense, scrolling on up here, you can go to defense here. You can change personnel. We're going to go based off of a 4-2-5 just for this. Weak side defensive end. Who do you have starting here?
Wilson.
Damon Wilson. Yeah, this is another spot that I think is like the closest battle
Between who?
Wilson well, just a defensive end in general, not necessarily Wilson, but
okay.
between Wilson, Lightfoot, and Blunt, someone's not starting. So
right.
So I'll go Damon Wilson as well, weak side end. Defensive tackle. Who do you guys
Scott.
Justin Scott. I agree with you. Nose tackle.
I have, if you guys haven't, it's bold prediction season. It's been bold prediction season for a while, but those of you that haven't heard the latest, I got Justin Scott having more tackles for losses and more sacks than his fellow 5-star defensive tackle. They came out in the same year that almost came to Miami, who's at Oklahoma, David Stone. The reason Miami's D-line is better than Oklahoma. Miami has, for my money, the best D-line in the country, right? But Miami's deeper at D-line, and I like what's going to be next to Scott on both sides, okay? Of the 2 D tackles that are starting, Moton's probably the one that's going to draw more attention before Scott would. And then whoever's opposite of Scott, whether it's Lightfoot, whether it's Blunt, whether it's Wilson, he's going to be in a lot of one-on-ones. Oklahoma doesn't have it like that. Scott's going to be in a lot of one-on-ones. I'm calling it. Justin Scott will have more tackles for losses and sacks than David Stone. We'll see. Let's see if that how cold of a take that is at the end of the year.
All right. You got Moton at nose?
Yes.
All right. And strong side between
Blunt.
Okay. So if you have Blunt here, this is so tough because I think Lightfoot really could start. I'm gonna go Lightfoot to win the battle at weak side. I think he comes out first, more so because he was here. Wilson's a transfer, but he is a pass rusher. I think they give him the first nod. I think they're both going to play a ton. You're going to move Blunt inside, especially on passing downs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Lightfoot with Damon being the backup. You have Damon being the starter, Lightfoot being the backup?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Defensive tackle, who do you have backing up Justin Scott?
The Incredible Hulk of the team, freaking Keona Davis.
Keona Davis. All right. I agree with you because we're not going to reuse because you could easily put Blunt there. And then backup nose tackle, I think we're on the same page. Jarquez Carter, who seems to be showing out.
Yes.
Okay, backup strong side end.
Backup strong stand. The third.
Third, Scroggins. I agree. I also think, obviously just more commentary to this. I think this could also be Keona Davis.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I fully expect him to have a Blunt, Armando Blunt role. I think he can and will play. Because correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. And not that I saw any tape on him because I did not. I haven't. I never, even when the transfer was official. But somebody told me that Nebraska plays a 3-3-5 and he was completely misused out there. And he probably should have been more inside. And as an edge rusher in that defense, he was asked to two-gap. It sounds weird, but that's what somebody told me.
They used some weird. So they ran a 3-3-5 at least his freshman year, and then the guy left for Florida State, the DC. But I think they still ran a 3-3-5. Yeah, they did not use him in the best way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a reason why he left. And they lost their quarterback, and they just haven't been great. So,
Yeah.
I think Keona Davis may be the backup strong side end, but for this, the third, I think the third is going to play a lot. Herbert Scroggins, the
He'll
third,
play a
is
lot.
going to play a ton
That
this year.
playoff experience is going to be. The good call about Keona Davis being the backup to Blunt, because I'm telling y'all, when you see him, I mean, he's not going to do justice on TV. Maybe when you see him stranded next to other dudes, but just walking around in a t-shirt, that dude I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, going on to linebackers, another interesting spot. I think for the most part, the fans are pretty on par with who they think is going to start. The backup is a different question. So at Mike, you got Toure. At Will, you got Chase Smith.
I don't know about Chase Smith. I'm kind of feeling Bobby Pruitt there. Chase, I know I said earlier I'm an experienced guy, and I am. Chase hasn't played as much as he's hoped to. Played a lot last year, played a ton last year, way more than Bobby Pruitt did. But my God, that speed element, and Bobby's put on some weight. He's put on some weight. The speed element that he brings, I'm stuck there. So I'm going to say or, but however you want to put it, that's my depth chart is going to be Chase or Pruitt.
All right. And who you got as the backup Mike then?
The backup Mike, it's probably going to be is Wiley playing Mike or Will?
I think he's all over the place.
Oh, that's fair. And then Kamal Bonner. I kind of heard his name heard him more towards the beginning of camp than at the end of camp. But he's a Will.
He played both.
He played both too? Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. Oh man. I'm gonna go Wiley for backing up Toure. And then
you already have your backup at Will. Because Chase Smith, if he's not starting.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
So I've got Toure at the backup, or Toure at the starter. I've got Chase Smith as the Will. If we're not reusing, I would move Chase to the Mike as the backup. He's got experience playing some Mike. And I actually have these flipped. I have Pruitt as the backup Mike and Wiley as the backup Will.
Okay.
Just personally.
Okay.
So I would flip them, but the same four players is who I've got. And I think Bonner is definitely fighting for a spot over Wiley. I think the 1, 2, 3 is Toure, Smith, Pruitt. And that fourth spot is between Wiley and our boy we just said his name.
Bonner.
Bonner. And then I think the guy that's coming in next that people aren't really talking much about is EJ Marcelin. He's been really good. He put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And then obviously Carson Bush got here late. So
that's what I thought you were going to say. But yes, Zeke
no.
is doing his thing. Yes.
Yep.
And then number 15,
moving on to
I like how that 17 looks on him.
Yeah. Moving on to the secondary, another very interesting topic. We've got a lot of guys that can play at a lot of different positions. Boundary corner, who do you have?
Boundary, give me OJ. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You said boundary. No.
Yep.
Damn, hold on. Whew, let me see. Let me go. Yeah, don't Luke. Give me. I'm stuck between Lucas and OJ. Who do you got?
I got Lucas.
You got Lucas? I guess I'll go Lucas.
Okay. Who you got at field?
OJ.
Yep, I agree. Nickel.
Oh man. You know why I struggle with this. We've talked about it. I'm gonna go with Thornton, but I'm
also going with Omar Thornton. Who you got at free?
Bryce.
And strong, you got Poyser?
Yeah.
I agree with all of these picks here.
God, just There could be so many. Oh my god.
There absolutely is. Yep. All right, backup boundary.
Give me Ethan. Hello?
Yep, I got Ethan O'Connor. I got him as well. And then backup field, who do you got?
Backup field. That's a good one. Who do you got?
I got Damari Brown.
Yeah. Damari.
All right. And who do you have as the backup nickel?
I got. We're not reusing people.
Correct.
Portis.
I agree. If we are reusing, I would put Bryce there.
Yep.
And if we are reusing, I would also maybe even put Dunnigan there because I'm going to be using him as one of the backup safety spots. But for this, I've got Portis there. All right, free safety. Who you got as backup free safety?
Dunnigan.
Okay, I have him as the backup strong. I want to say.
Okay.
Where is Dunnigan? There he is. And then who do you have as the backup strong?
Behind Poiser. We're not reusing. Goodness. I'll go Isaiah Taylor. Oh, wait a minute. Damn it. Dylan Day or Isaiah Taylor.
Dylan Day or Isaiah Taylor. All right. Perfect. All right. For me, I've got Dunnigan at the backup strong. I got Dylan Day as the backup free. But those guys can be interchanged. Touch on it real quick. We got special teams. Who you got as the starting kicker? This has actually been a little bit of a battle.
Yeah, it has. But I'm gonna stick with what's the one that came from Northwestern? Which one is that?
Jack Olson.
I'm gonna go with him.
I'm gonna go Weinberg. I think he's been really good, and he's got a big leg. Punter, I got Dylan Joyce. He was a starter last year. Long snapper, Adam Booker was our long snapper. He was also, I think, a holder last year. Who you have as the two kick returners?
Let me think. I don't want. Hold on. Where is it? Let me look at it.
And Mike, I'm gonna let you get to the kick returner and the punt returner. I'm gonna be right back. Just talk about who you would like to see at those spots.
Okay. I'm not trying to get Malachi hurt. If I'm gonna have Dre Jacobs at kick returner, and depending on I don't know if he's even played, but just speed purposes. I like Spafford, but I can speed. I just don't know if he's been handling any, kick returning duties out there. So Spafford's a choice. Definitely Dre Jacobs. I don't want Malachi out there. I'll take him returning punts. I think returning punts is completely different than kick return. Plus, he did it last year. So I'll do Malachi there. But I'm trying to think. Let me see. Let me put the drop down on my end and see who I will put as a kick returner next to Dre Jacobs. And I would go, where is it? I still got to get used to this website. I don't even have the thing up. I'll just go Spafford for now until Max gets back because I can't think of who else got some. Wheatley Humphrey hasn't really. Pringle, I guess, maybe. Any corners out there with some speed? No. Not that I'd want to put back there or that I've seen, whatever. But behind Malachi, because he's probably going to do a backup punt returner, I have no idea. But again, the Spafford deal is simply because he's probably already one of the fastest guys on the team. Not probably, he is. But and that speed element, speed kills. And obviously, I think the last kick return we had for a touchdown, wasn't it Brashard Smith against A&M a couple years ago when A&M came down here? I think that was it. So
yeah, I think so.
Question: Who I'm not having Malachi on kick returns, but I got Dre Jacobs, and
Yeah.
has Baffert been handling kick return duties? I like his speed, man.
In practice, I don't know.
I like his
Yeah.
speed, but I don't know who else next to Dre. I'm not putting Malachi there. Pringle didn't do kick returns last year, right?
I think he's maybe started to towards the end of the year.
He did? Okay, because I don't remember. Who were the I'm trying to think who were the kick returners in the national championship game? I can't remember. I can't even remember. I forgot a lot about that game on purpose.
It's a great question. I think it was Chris Wheatley, Humphrey, and Pringle, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look.
Give me Wheatley Humphrey next to Dre. If in fact he did that last year, then again, I like the experience factor of it.
And then you said I could hear you had Malachi at punt returner.
Yeah, and backing
And
him
then
up,
you have
I have no clue, man. None. I don't know. We never even saw another punt returner last year. He was the only one.
yeah. Kick returner.
I want to say Spafford just because of his speed, but I was the year before. Okay.
Yeah. I think if Dre, here's the thing: if Pringle's not starting, which he's not because you have Fletcher, then I think they're going to want him on kickoffs. But then you say the same thing about Dre. If he's not starting, then you're going to want him at kickoffs. But then you also have Wheatley Humphrey, who did it last year. So for me, I'm going to go Dre and Pringle.
Okay.
At kick returner. So I'm going to add Pringle in here.
Okay.
I have no idea who it will be. And then for the backup punt returner,
you would have to think that because of his speed alone, they would try him out there. But again, kick returning or punt returning is way more than just being fast. Good decision making, sure hands, all that stuff. And I don't know, I haven't heard anything about Spafford even being back there. I'm not saying he has it. I'm just saying I don't know.
I'm confident Pringle is one of the kick returners. Spafford and Wingo have also worked returns aside from Alley and Barkate. I'm going to go with the sleeper. I don't even know if he's been practicing at it because I could care less. Not care less, but like I have no idea. I'm going to go with Camden Portis as a backup punt returner.
Okay.
Just a sleeper there.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there. That's my curveball. Okay. All right. That's our depth chart. Yeah, real fun. You can do it again if you click clear all. You can cycle between different personnel, 11, 12, 10, different packages. You got the power back, short yardage, slot, gadget, fullback, H-back, third down back. Defense,
it's basically the video game like options.
Yeah, pretty much. You got the sub linebacker, nickel, rush D tackle, all that stuff. You can change from 4-2-5 to 4-3. All of that you can do. Again, CanesWear app under the Canes Command Center. I think it just says Command Center on the app. And then you can also access it directly on CanesCommandCenter.com. I'm going to pop this back up on the screen just so that you guys can see. We are doing our pick'ems for the season. Make sure you sign up with an account on the Canes Command Center site or on the CanesWear app. You're just going to have to click show the full site. And that way you can join our pick'em challenge that is sponsored by CanesWear. They're going to be giving away to the winners a $100 gift card for first place, $50 for second, and $25 for third place. All you got to do is sign up for a free account and enter in your pick'ems each week. Mike, since we're not going to have a podcast next Monday, I'm a little bit busy. For those who don't know, I'm a little bit busy the rest of this week. Let's go ahead and just do a quick little run through pick'ems. We're not even going to talk about the games because we're pretty much at time.
And we don't know.
So we're just gonna go through our picks. So right now I'm on the Ratskeller Report account, so that'll be me, Mike. You can go on your side and do your picks as we go through them. North Carolina versus TCU.
I'm going TCU.
I got TCU as well. San Jose State versus USC.
SC.
SC. NC State versus Virginia.
Ooh. Give me NC State.
And it's at Virginia. I'll start going over. So the first team is always going to be the away team. Hawaii at Stanford.
Give me Hawaii.
All right, I got Stanford. Oh, I'm not even. Hold on. Put this back on the screen. There we go. New Mexico State at Florida State.
I have some people have told me that they're confident it's going to be New Mexico State. I'm going to go Florida State, but I won't be surprised if they lose that game.
I got Florida State. UMass at Rutgers.
Give me Rutgers.
All right. Akron at Wake Forest.
Give me Wake.
Bethune at UCF.
I want to say upset so bad, but it's not. Give me UCF.
Colorado at Georgia Tech.
Interesting.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah. I'm going to go home team, Georgia Tech.
You got Georgia Tech. Is their quarterback Mendoza?
It is.
Was he
I
announced?
like them. No, but I have a feeling it's going to be him. I just like their discipline and their coaching, man. I like them because of that.
Yeah, they lost their OC. This is a tough one for me. I'm going to go Georgia. I'm going to go Colorado.
Okay.
Eastern Illinois at Minnesota.
The Fighting Tony Romos. Give me the Gophers.
I got the Gophers. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Missouri.
It better be Missouri.
Idaho Vandals at Utah.
Who's Utah's new coach?
The DC.
I got Utah. I mean, it didn't matter. I got Utah, but I didn't know who their coach was.
Yeah, it's Morgan Scaly, who is the DC. UAB at Illinois.
Give me Illinois.
We've
Purdue.
got Indiana State at Purdue. We got Kansas. You got Michigan State.
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we do have. Are these the week 0 games? They are. Okay, so we do have week 0. Never mind. Miami.
Yep.
So then we're going. So we started week 1 now. So USC against Fresno State.
This is
USC.
week 1. This is week 1?
This is week 1 now.
We're
on week 1.
Yep. SC.
Right? Because let's do math. Yes, this is week 1. Okay. Syracuse at New Hampshire.
Syracuse got their quarterback back, so I'm going to go Syracuse.
Oregon State at Houston.
Ooh, I'm going to go Houston.
I will go Houston. Coastal Carolina at West Virginia.
I'm going to go Coastal.
All right, I got West Virginia. I got Indiana here. Got Nebraska.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Pitt.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
South Carolina. Iowa State.
Yeah.
Kentucky. Georgia. Here's an actual game. Boston College versus Cincinnati.
Give me Boston College.
Boston College just announced their starter, I want to say. So they're running with – or no, that's not who just announced their starter. I'm going to go Cincinnati. Duke and Tulane.
It's at Duke. This is the 3rd year in a row that they're playing, or second? This is the 2nd year in a row they're playing.
Probably 2nd year, and no more Mensa Bowl.
I'm going to go Tulane. I think Duke lost too much, man.
All right. I'm going to go – I'm going to go Tulane. Baylor at Auburn.
That's actually going to be a pretty good game. But I'm going to go give me Auburn.
Boise State at Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon.
We got Penn State.
Yeah.
Texas, Tennessee, Oklahoma State. At Tulsa.
Yeah, I'll give you Oklahoma State.
All right. North Illinois at Iowa. We got Iowa.
Yeah.
Arkansas, Texas Tech, Kansas, Texas A&M, Vandy, LSU, Clemson.
Yeah, I got LSU.
Me too. We got Virginia Tech, Michigan, Mississippi State, Florida versus FAU. You got Florida.
Yeah, I got Florida.
We got BYU, obviously, Maryland, South Dakota State versus Northwestern. This could actually be a good game.
I got Northwestern though. I got
Northwestern.
damn, it can be a good game because didn't they go to the Natty last year? South
They
Dakota
are
State?
always like in the Natty, pretty much.
Yeah.
Arizona State. These are easy. Cal, UCLA.
I like that quarterback at Cal, man. Give me Cal. And I'm switching my pick. I'm picking South Dakota State. I'll do it on my account, but I'm going to pick South Dakota State.
Yeah. Cal, UCLA. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm going Cal.
I'll go Cal as well. Washington State.
I got Washington.
You got Washington. Louisville, Ole Miss.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a guy who I think is a top 2 quarterback in the country, Trinidad Chambliss.
I got Ole Miss as well. Wisconsin, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And SMU, Florida State.
SMU.
I agree. Make sure you save your picks. If you want a heads up when the results are in, you can turn on notifications. Just wanted to say thank you all so much for tuning in to our debut show on the CanesWear channel. Make sure you guys go to CanesWear.com. Check out the CanesWear app. You can use the Canes Command Center directly on their app now. It's integrated. A big shout out to Brett and Jeff and the CanesWear.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you so much,
opportunity. It's been a pleasure being on for a little bit over an hour. We almost have 400 people live right now, so That's awesome. And we will not see you next week, but we will see you the Monday after the Stanford game. So not next week, the week after that. We will be good after we beat the you-know-what out of them. I really wish I could go. It's like an hour and 15-minute flight from me. But I got some other stuff I got to take care of. So I'll be there in spirit. I'll be there in spirit, but we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Go Canes.